All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to the couch. You are now chilling with Agent R. What's good, Andy? I see you. Man, we have a very interesting day to start off with in the world of Duel Links in particular. And let's just dive right in. I do have down in the mission statements here. We have some information coming about Arc 5 and Akaba Reggie. We have a Gaia breakdown. And also we have some leaks. I appreciate it. Let me get exclamation leaks because this is where I will be coming from. It should work just fine. If not, we're going to take a look at it anyway. Duel Links meta has the best layout for it. I know it was actually leaked via Reddit for the upcoming box with Gimmick Puppets and Neospatian Grand Mole finally. And was it the Inzector that's been missing that's supposed to, fill the deck out a bit more. We got some vampires in there. It's pretty wild. And I wanted to go over Gaia. Gaia is my new best friend in Duel Links. Rarely has, as of late, a structure deck come out that impactful. Not since the what do you call those guys? Noble Knights. That's it. Mind you, they got they got killed off by Konami by getting rid of balance. But Noble, if you were around for the Noble Knight meta, it was pretty sick. So let me hop over in here and let me click this off, get rid of this for the day. We do have a new event, two events going on right now. So make sure you get in there with those mission research. And the antimony has come back to unlock, which is dope. You know what I'm saying? Especially for newer players, make sure you get in there. Let's turn that background music on. Both of them are pretty passive. The previous event, unfortunately, I don't know why I wasn't paying attention to it, but I did not go in all the way and I only got one of these terabytes. So you know what? We only got one. We got everything else pretty much. I even got 4 of those, 9. Yeah, we got all the other stuff. Let's just make it prismatic since we only have one. There we go. Now we own a prismatic number 34 terabyte. Cannot believe I didn't get more than one of those. Anyway, let's switch. All right, so I'm trying to decide if I want to hop straight into ladder and see if I can hit King of Games and then go into the leak information or start. You know what? We're going to start with the leak information. Let's do that. And then if we can get to the gameplay, we'll get to the gameplay. I managed to get to Legend 5 already pretty easily with this deck. But we'll save that for the end. Let's hop straight into some leak information. Then we'll chill and have some fun on ladder. Shout outs to all my folks, Rainbow Neos. It is still Pride Month. You are more than welcome here. Much love. Come and be yourself. Enjoy the stream. Everybody enjoy the stream. I appreciate you being here. Now, on to the business at hand. Let me pull up my Discord. We've reduced CPU usage by more than 50% for video calls. Hey, Discord, shout out upgrades. Stop taking all our resources. Let me go and make sure we're already on the page. Now, in the chat, I did put the link for this Zero Rogue. Is credited for the Arc 5 info. And Alphaman is the one who is credited for the box leak. And Alphaman has to be a Konami employee because the accuracy, the at least past 3 or 4 boxes has been spot on. But let's hop over. Where's my desktop? And let me make sure I zoom in so you can see this with me here. They call him Declan here. Reggie, there's a leak in the information in the code. It says, though he's only 16 years old, this professional duelist has been running Leo Corporation and the Leo Institute of Dueling as their president. As one of the select few who knew about the existence of other dimensions, he forms the Lancers to protect this world from interdimensional invaders. He not only uses powerful Fiend, DD, and DDD monsters in his deck, he may be the only duelist who has mastered 4 summoning methods: Fusion, Synchro, Exceeds, and Pendulum. Let's go. Now, it's interesting. Pendulum, here's the thing about Arc 5 and Pendulum decks and monsters. A lot of them already exist in Duel Links without their Pendulum cards being able to mechanic. So we're talking DDD, Deskbot, Performer Pals are in the Duel Links already. Yosenju, Lunalight. I mean, what else? So I guess Symphonic, Warriors. It's pretty extensive. Like, that's not even the full scale. Those are just the ones that come off the top of my head. These cards in like mad old boxes have been sitting in Duel Links the whole time, waiting for the Pendulum mechanic. And now there's more information that they don't have to have there, Konami. But it is hinting at the fact that maybe he's one of the beginning characters for Arc 5, who knows? But more and more information keeps coming out that we might get a new world this year. I think it's September is when it usually comes out, which would be Arc 5 with the Pendulum summoning Yuya Sakaki, or Sakaki Yuya, as the protagonist, which I'm all for. Look, I stopped playing TCG well before Pendulum came out. All right, so it's something that I would honestly be learning. Even when you watch the anime, it's actually not fully clear what all is entailed. I know that Pendulum monsters don't go to the graveyard to go back to the extra deck. I know you can summon, like if you have Pendulum monsters that are, you know, level 1 and 8, for example, you can summon as many monsters as possible from level 2 to 7. So I get that. I get that they have effects that operate on the battlefield, like their spell effect, for example, or monster effect. But it's an interesting mechanic. I'm excited for it either way. And look, it'll help me get even more familiarized with TCG. We got some people chilling in the Discord that play TCG, and I would love to learn more and actually be competent when I'm playing YGO Omega, because I'm done buying the physical cards. I sold my binder a long time ago, but I would love to have some fun with TCG. You're hoping R5 doesn't come so soon? I don't know, man. Like, why is that? Is it just because you're getting other You're still getting used to the other stuff, still grabbing other cards. But anyway, so Arc 5 information. It's actually a really good anime, IMO. I think it's one of the better paced ones so far. But I've only, spoiler alert, only gotten up to the synchro world or synchro dimension. So there. Oh yeah, Flower Cardian is another one of those decks that are from Arc 5 and have pendulum cards. Shout outs to Pendulum, Konami. You know, just sprinkle a little more cards your boys' way. All right, I actually really love that archetype. They have Natural Disaster. This is hilarious as a elite card, but here's another one of my archetypes that I absolutely adore. Natural Disaster is a continuous trap that says inflict 500 damage to your opponent each time a cards they control is destroyed and sent to the graveyard by the effect of a Cloudian monster. Just give us, Natural Disaster is cool, but just give us Cloudian Aerosol. That's all I want. Let's see. Do we have it? Cloudian Aerosol. Discard one Cloudian monster, then target one face-up monster on the field. Place fault counters on that target equal to its level. You can banish this card and one Cloudian monster from your graveyard. Special summon one Cloudian monster from your deck. Think about that. Banish this card and one Cloudian monster. Special summon a Cloudian monster from your deck. You can only use one Cloudian Aerosol effect per turn and only once that turn. It's Duel Links. Let's just give me the Cloudian Aerosol. Let me turbo out all of the counters, the fault counters. Let me just manipulate and control the board. That's all I'm asking. look how innocent that face is. Yeah, we can't be cooking up Cloudian brethren. We cannot be cooking up anything that is devious. Just look at our mascot. Look at the smoke ball. Do it, Konami. Make the right decision. Oh man. Hey, let me go back. Let me 2 years for Zexel to come. It did take a minute. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, just give us the card, man. Why is this on? Here, I'll tell you what I'll do. While I'm doing that, here, go and do some auto duel. Oh, by the way, before we hop in here, I'm gonna totally leak one of the cards. But I have this card, Deep Space Cruiser 9. This bad boy is sitting in my farming deck, right? So that I can use Montage Dragon and get the level 9 off of it. This card is about to get some major play. It's probably the easiest card that you can use for an Exceeds monster that we'll go over in a little bit. It is a level 9 monster. Hint, hint. You can special summon this card from your hand by sending one other machine type monster from your hand to the graveyard. So this has perfect synergy with, you know, Desperado kind of stuff. It has perfect synergy with Machina Fortress. But this is going to be an easy card to use for that card. So let me switch over and we'll get right down into our leaks first. All right, so here, let me cut this. We need some chill. because this will get repetitive real quick. All right. Yeah, let's do that. Unmute it. Nice. All right. Cycling through all my stuff here. Okay. Let us go through and see. We'll work our way back up. How about that? These are the leaked cards from the next box. And let's see if we can pick out some archetypes that are hanging out in here. I do want to say though, why has it taken this long for Flint? I used to like straight destroy this card in my old Harpy deck from like Sans 2009. The equipped monster loses 300 attack and cannot change its battle position or declare an attack. If this card is destroyed because the equipped monster is destroyed, target one monster on the field and just swing it over to that monster. It's hilarious. Can it backfire? Absolutely. But it's so fun. It's so stupid to play. Let's see here. Hopefully this is a good size. So Zect conversion. It's a normal trap. When a face-up Inzector monster you control is targeted for an attack, target the attacking monster. Equip the attack target to that attacking monster. Take control of the equipped monster while it is equipped with an Inzector monster by this effect. All right, battle traps. Inzector, battle trap, and Gaia. What? So there's our first archetype in here. Apparently we're getting some Inzector support, but Konami they're so good for this. Here's a battle trap after releasing the Gaia structure deck that when its field spell is out will definitely just body everything about this trap card. That's how they troll us, man. It is amazing. All right, what is this? Trap of the Imperial Tomb. We get zombie support. When a zombie monster is special summoned from your opponent's graveyard to your field, target 2 cards on the field and destroy them. When a zombie monster is special summoned from your opponent's graveyard to your field. That's like a Red Eye Zombie Necro Dragon kind of thing, kind of vibe. That's interesting. This is some interesting play right here. Tannhauser Gate. Target 2 monsters you control with the same type with 1000 or less attack. Both monsters levels become the combined levels of those 2 monsters. We already have a card like that though, don't we? Target 2 monsters you control with the same type with 1000 or less attack. It's an interesting restriction. I think it's called Resonance. Target 2 face-up monsters you control with the same type and attribute. Okay. Change one of their levels to the current level of the other. All right. Then this one, it becomes the combined levels of those. Okay, I see what they're doing there. That's interesting. The combined levels. That can get pretty wily. That's pretty weird. What? The background? Oh man. Ever living underworld cannon. So a lot of zombie cards in here. Once per turn, when a zombie type monster is special summoned to your side of the field, inflict 800 damage to your opponent. I imagine that this isn't cut in half already, so it won't be worth it because it'll just inflict 400 damage. Diced dice. He looks terrible. Roll a 6-sided die, and if you roll a 1 to 6, a 1 or a 6, add 1 card from your deck to your hand that requires a die roll. If you roll a number other than 1 or 6, roll it again and then apply these effects. 1 or 6, return this card to the hand. Any other number, place this card on the top of the deck. Oh wow, that doesn't seem helpful at all. There's not. I mean, this should have come out when Duke Devlin was released. This is interesting that they just drop it in here like this. It is a normal though. Hey, zombie mammoth. Destroy this card if you didn't have a zombie monster in your graveyard. It's 1900 though. When this face-up card is destroyed, inflict damage to its controller equal to its original attack. They will probably cut that in half as well, because that would be pretty wild to have almost 2,000 damage from that one card. Yeah, it does. It does seem bad. Soul Drain Dragon. Like some pretty cool artwork. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Level 8. Must be special summoned by a dragon type exceeds monsters effect in your possession. So Dragluon. And cannot be special summoned by other ways. 4,000 attack. Holy. When special summoned, if your life points are lower than your opponent's, this card gains attack equal to your current life point deficit, and if it does, your opponent takes no further damage this turn. This card cannot attack your opponent directly. Well, yeah, off the top, I don't see why I would be using it then. I want to deal damage, and I want to swing for game. Honestly, this is supposed to swing over your opponent's monster. But it's a if your life points are lower, this card gains. It's like a must. It's not a choice. So you would beat over the monster, like you would beat over, Squire Saga, for example, but you wouldn't deal damage. There are better ways to remove that card and deal damage. So Random Prickle Fairy. Your opponent cannot attack insect monsters. Okay, let's go Digital Bugs. Now, if this card battled a monster at the end of the damage step, change that monster to defense. Okay. I haven't seen this card in a while. I think this used to be played in Lightsworn back in the day. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, inflict 1,000 damage. Okay, 500 to both players. When this card on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, except by battle, inflict 500 to your opponent. Okay. No, it wasn't that. What deck was it? I don't think it was that. It was something similar though. Something in that archetype that made me think about it. But this card used to be played a lot back in the day. I mean, it won't do much for us because they're gonna nerf the damage. All right, what do we got here? Mecha Bunny. It says love it. When this card is flipped face up, select one card on the field and inflict 500 damage. So 250? You have to select a card to deal damage. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Mecha Bunny from your deck and face down. All right, no thank you. No thank you. Here's one of the cards that we're getting into right now. Major implication. Chrysalis Mole. You contribute this card while Neospace is on the field to special summon one Neospatian Grand Mole from your hand or your deck. This is amazing. This is where we can start skipping around, because now we have the archetype card, our first one that we come across. So you can summon a Chrysalis Mole. You know, Jaden has the, for instance, if you're using Jaden, you have the skill, you activate Neospace at the start of the duel. You summon a Chrysalis Mole. Chrysalis Mole contribute itself and special summon, because we know it's in here. It's got to be. There it is. We can special summon this bad boy. I can already see a limit coming. Neospatian Grand Mole at the start of the damage step. If this card battles an opponent's monster, you can return both the opponent's monster and this card to the hand. That is so broken at the start of the damage step. So even if that monster is face down, Grand Mole doesn't care. It's going back to the hand. If it's, I think the only monster that really can deal with Grand Mole is the Samurai, our synchro monster. I think it's the only one. But you know, like Lunalight, Cositus, if it was off the ban list, Grand Mole would just get rid of it. Now the thing is, in the TCG, it got limited all the way down to 1, so you can only run one copy. Could be run in a 40 card or more deck. But in Duel Links, if this holds up without Konami putting this in a limit before it even comes out, we're gonna have 6 Grand Moles, right? Because you're gonna have 3 copies of this, and then you're gonna have 3 copies of the Chrysalis Mole. That's so busted. So every time you're trying to deal some kind of battle damage, you got to deal with the Grand Mole. Now, again, I'm saying this, but Gaia is a thing, right? So I think Gaia also can overcome the Grand Mole. I'm so hyped for this. But we'll see. Unfortunately, like I said, they did not. We had a maintenance last night. Nothing about a ban list was given or updated. Like nada. Don't know what that's about. So we're still waiting. So before you go ham on any box or anything like that of the sort that you want to say you're interested in Harpy, or you know, interested in Resonator, anything of the sort, I would say hold off just a little bit longer, because at some point before the month is out, I mean, this is the 22nd of June already. Before the month is out, we have to have some kind of information on the ban list. We just have to. Otherwise, them leaving it as is gonna make a very wild and interesting meta should this box drop at the end of the month. Now, Flintlock. Once per turn, you can target 1 flint in the spell and trap zone. Equip it to this card. During your main phase, you can target 1 flint equipped to this card and 1 face-up monster on the field, except this one. Equip that flint to that targeted monster. This card can only be equipped with 1 flint. While equipped with flint, this card is unaffected by the effect of flint and cannot be destroyed by battle. There you go. So this is your safe zone for flint. I don't know how much you would want to run this combination in Duel Links with the 3 slots, but I know it made back in the day some funny interactions with 5 monster zones, being able to essentially just kind of hide this off to the side and have Flint working for you. I don't remember if it always you can only just equip 1 every time though. Maybe they eroded it. First zombie, red-headed Oni. When this card is special summoned from the graveyard by the effect of a zombie type monster, you can target one face up zombie you control, detach one Xyz material from a monster on the field, and if you do, increase the targeted monster's level by 1 and its attack by 300, even if the targeting conditions are no longer correct. I mean, there are trap cards if you really want to go after somebody's Xyz materials. Yellow bellied Oni, so red haired and yellow bellied, and what is this? And blue blooded. Gotcha. When you Xyz summon a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Okay. Once per turn, you can detach an Xyz material from a monster you control, then target one face up Xyz monster on the field, reduce its rank by 1, and if you do, it loses 300 attack. Okay. Like when you're going up the chart, it's like I don't understand what it's going after, but right now it's looking like the normal that it is. When this card is normal or flip summoned, it is changed to defense position. Okay. Once per turn, you can detach one Xyz material you control to target one level 4 zombie type monster in your graveyard and special summon that target. This one's interesting. Blue blood probably has the best effect out of the majority of them. It's hard for me to when I'm thinking of zombies, it's hard for me to think outside of Shiranui, but I know they have the vampires. But I never went into that box. I think it's like Scarlet something or another. I know there's an article for it. Empire of Scarlet was the box. I don't think I've ever gone into that box. We have Orbital 7 support. This is ridiculous. Super defense robot monkey, Elephant, and Leo. I guess I should say Leo. All right. What does monkey do? Level 3, 8, and 4. That is so random between all of them. All right. So the monkey, when this card is normal summon, you can special summon one super defense robot monster or orbital 7 from your hand. It does not stop you from using another monkey. Once per turn, you can banish one machine type monster from your graveyard, target one super defense robot or orbital 7 in your graveyard, then add that target to your hand. Okay, so you're cycling. You are the number 8. Upon normal summoning, special summon one super defense robot or orbital 7 from the hand, so same effect. Once per turn, you can target one orbital 7 or super defense robot. It becomes level 8 until the end of this turn. This card cannot be used as an Xyz material or an Xyz summon except for the Xyz summon of a machine type monster. So, okay, just blocking us straight out of dragons. Okay. Machine. Maybe we're getting the Gimmick Puppet dude. I think he was a rank 8. And I think is Sky Prison? Oh no, it's a rock. Okay. Let me do rank. XYZ. XYZ. I wonder if it'll just do it by level instead of rank. Okay, but it does do it that way. And then machine. Okay, so the only ones that we're getting are the Googly Eyes Drum Dragon and the Gimmick Puppet Giant Grinder. Both are, you need 2 level 8 machine type monsters, and the Gimmick Puppet Giant Grinder, Gimmick Puppet Giant Feet is generic. Okay. All right. So at least it has 2 targets. It will have 2 targets. Parodies of the Utopias. You know, I never thought of them that way, but they could totally be that. Yeah, I didn't think anything about that. They do look kind of interesting. This one has the same effect upon normal summoning once per turn when exactly one super defense robot monster or orbital 7 and no other cards is added from your graveyard to your hand. You special summon it from your hand. Okay, so who returns? Yeah, so if he's out and he does return and he's already out, say if he's already on the field, and then let's see. Okay, no. Leo. If Super Defense Robot Leo is on the field and you summon Monkey, and then Monkey can grab one from the grave and then add it to the hand or orbital 7, and then special summon this one, this one, this one, or an orbital 7. Gotcha. By the way, since we don't have, he's not in this box, Orbital was a card from Event. So Orbital 7. Light Machine level 4. When this card is flipped face up, you can place one You Got It Boss counter. You can remove all of those counters on this card. Its attack becomes 2000. And after you change this card's attack with this effect, it cannot attack directly for the rest of the turn and is sent to the graveyard during the end phase. You contribute this card to target one Photon or Galaxy monster in your graveyard and add that target to your hand. So Orbital 7 directly wants to interact with Photon, but some of the support for Orbital 7, this is why I thought it was weird, don't necessarily line up with going after Photon or Galaxy cards. It's kind of weird. Orbital 7 does use these cards in the automate, by the way, though. Fake Explosion. Normal trap, activate only when an opponent's monster declares an attack. Monsters cannot be destroyed by this battle. After damage calculation, special summon one Summon Reactor SK from your hand or graveyard. Do we have the SK? That's Wi-Fi. Alright, what am I doing? So this guy. This is what this card is for. Level 5 Dark Machine. Oh, Dark Machine. Who used this in 5D's Bomber? I think the dude's name was. The first time a monster is summoned to your opponent's side of the field, each turn inflict 400 damage to your opponent. During the battle phase of the turn this effect is activated, you can negate this. Again, this doesn't say can. During the battle phase of the turn this effect is activated, you can negate the attack of one monster your opponent controls. You can send one face-up trap reactor Wi-Fi, one face-up spell reactor RE, and this face-up card you control to the graveyard to special summon one Flying Fortress Skyfire from your hand, deck, or graveyard. What the? What does Trap Reactor do? Once per turn, when your opponent activates a trap card, you can destroy the trap card and inflict 400 damage to your opponent. Okay. This is level dark. I didn't realize that all these were dark machines. Spell Reactor is a level 3 dark machine. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a spell card, you can destroy it and inflict 400 damage to your opponent. And then if it says if all of these are on the field, so they would be on the field. And then you activate this card, and after damage calc, you bring out this guy, and it says you can send. So it's not a quick effect. So then you have to wait a turn and send them all to the graveyard, and then summon this guy, the level 8. How do you get from dark to wind by all 3 cards being dark? This card cannot be normal summoned or set. Card cannot be special summoned except by the effect of Summon Reactor SK. Once per turn, you can send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard to destroy 1 card your opponent controls. Once during each of your opponent's turns, you can activate one of the following effects. When your opponent normal summons or special summons a monster, destroy it and inflict 400 damage. When your opponent sets a card, you can destroy it and inflict 400 damage. I could totally meme with that. I mean, they're all normals. That's pretty wild. Yay, what's up, Cyber? How you feeling? Just going over these leak cards from bottom up. This is really, actually, this is pretty cool that they're all dark. Except for this guy. I don't know why they decided. They were like, oh, we make him dark. It's too OP. I mean, it takes forever to get this out anyway. I mean, messing with this deck, you're going to have the standard cards from a machine deck that you've seen in Duel Links, like Super Team Buddy Force Unite is definitely going to be a card running this deck. This trap card, of course, is essential if you're going to run it. And you can summon this from anywhere. So if you set it up around, even if you throw in like a Desperado, or if you put in the Weisel just for, you know, the memes, you only really need to run one of these and not clog up your deck, since it can be brought out from anywhere. Or better yet, probably put in Machina Fortress. That way you can just ditch this and put it in the graveyard and summon the Machina Fortress, and then activate this effect that says you can summon it from the hand, deck, or graveyard. Ignition Beast Volcanon? 1 machine and 1 pyro. That is so random. But then it's an earth. It's an earth type monster. Okay. When this card is fusion summoned, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls, destroy it. Also destroy this card. Then if both monsters were destroyed, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the attack of the monster in the graveyard that was targeted by this effect. Yeah, no thank you. There are simpler ways to get rid of. If you were summoning this in response to an opponent's board, very easier ways to get rid of a monster. I mean, you have to target, so you're gonna have the same problem you would if you're gonna use like Offerings to the Doomed or something like that. It's an odd way to try to get effect damage on your opponent's monster. Honestly, I'll pass on that. A machine and a pyro. I haven't seen anything yet in this box on its own that would even make me want to run that. Shape Snatch. These OG Yu-Gi-Oh artwork. A dark machine level 5. A bow tie with horrible power. It attacks an opponent by controlling others. That defense ain't bad though. It's a bow tie with horrible power. So whatever this creature is in the picture, it's probably already being controlled by the shape snatch. I remember opening packs back in the day, and these were the commons in the pack. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, structure decks used to be everything back in the day. Shape snatch. Oh. Yeah, isn't there there's like a different bomber card, right? Ayo, hey, appreciate you subscribing to the channel. You are now one of us. Welcome to the agency. If it hasn't, let me drop this in here. Make sure you hit up the Discord. This is where we hang out and chill when we're not streaming and we're not hosting events. I'm trying to put some stuff together in there, but hey, we're always in there and always welcoming and inviting. Check it out. And if you have something to contribute, by all means do so. It is here for you. I skipped one. Amphibian Beast. I also had like 30 of these cards. At least its stats aren't terrible for it being a level 6 monster. Amphibian Beast, a level 6 water fish. Not a sea serpent, just a fish. On land or in the sea, the speed of this monster is unmatchable. Is unmatched? Oh, and Acid Crawler, a level 3 insect earth. A giant caterpillar that secretes an acid mist that melts anything. Come on, man. All right. Those are our normals. Moving along. Let's get up to our rares. All right. Starting out with the Big Saturn. Has anybody seen the anime The Big O? Because that is totally what this card always reminds me of. Love that anime, by the way. A Dark Machine, another Dark Machine, level 8. Getting a lot of level 8 stuff. Cannot be special summoned from the hand or the deck. Okay. So, again, you know, if it's chilling in the graveyard, let me just activate my Super Team Buddy Force Unite, and I guess we'll get it out that way. Well, once per turn, you can discard one card and pay. It'd be interesting if they leave. I guess they'll say pay 500, maybe. They only said effect damage. They might leave this the same. I don't know. This might be like the first card that's been added that we actually have to pay life points. So I'm not sure if they will, you know, errata this for Duel Links or not. But pay 1,000 life points. This card gains 1,000 attack, so it becomes 3,800 until the end phase. When this card in your possession is destroyed by your opponent's card effect and sent to your graveyard, both players take damage equal to this card's attack, probably, you know, half, in the graveyard. So both players would take 1,400 damage. That is pretty wild. But it has to be destroyed by your opponent's card effect. And I was hoping to use the spider to blow it up. Well, it's not a bad card. Arcjet Lightcraft. This is also a level 9. Keep in mind that I pointed out the Deep Space Cruiser. We pointed this out earlier. You can special summon this card from your hand by sending one other machine type monster from your hand to the graveyard. So keep the Deep Space Cruiser 9 in mind. And here's another level 9 light machine. If you control no monsters, you can normal summon this card without tributing. If this card is normal or special summon, you can target one level 8 or lower machine monster in your graveyard and special summon it in defense. And if you do, its level becomes 9. Big Saturn. Also, negate its effects. You can only use this effect of Arc Jet Lightcraft once per turn. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except machine exceeds monsters. This. Okay. Okay, I see where you're going. In this list, I don't see anything else that would rock with it. It'll affect all the other machines. But if we skip up here, is this a machine? No, it is. That's not what we're looking for, though. I'm gonna skip ahead because this is the bad boy that this is going to affect. Number 9 Dyson Sphere. Now, I remember seeing this in the automated jump. The summon of this monster is like ridiculous. Then it also made me go and look at what a Dyson Sphere theoretically is, which I don't even know if humanity would be able to even build one of these things for ages. It's ridiculous. But Dyson Sphere, 2 level 9 monsters. It is a light rank 9 machine once per battle step. During your opponent's turn, if this card with Xyz material is attacked, you can negate the attack. This is a quick effect. When this card is targeted for an attack while it has no materials, you can target 2 monsters in your graveyard and attach those targets to this card as Xyz materials. During your main phase 1, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card. This card can attack your opponent directly this turn. Your opponent must control a monster with higher attack than this card for you to activate and to resolve this effect. So, seeing some chatter around this card. It may not be that great, yada yada, because of battle phase, card effects, all that kind of stuff. On its own, Dyson Sphere is a powerful stall rank 9 monster. Most likely they are going to try to swing over it. I'm still thinking of resonators. By the time you want to pull this monster out, if you time it well, they will have spent their resources. There are a lot of outs to this card in Duel Links right now, mind you. But as far as the battle phase is concerned, it's pretty powerful. Being able to then, and what I'm thinking is the abuse of Dyson Sphere won't really come from throwing or detaching a material to get its effect off, because it just negates attacks. I think there's like trap cards in the game right now. Man, what is this? Xyz trap L. All right. Material. Yeah, stuff like this. Detach 1 Xyz material from a monster. Let's see. Target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls that has material and 1 face-up monster you control. Detach all materials from that one and then put them on yours. Where's the other one I was looking for in particular? Not you. Face-up Xyz monsters with Xyz material cannot be targeted by card effects. So, and this is a continuous trap. So if you have Dyson Sphere up on the board and then you have Xyz Veil, like what are they gonna do when trying to, if they have like a Cyber Slash Harpy, for example, right? They can't bounce it back because it targets. and then they'll try to swing over it, but then Dyson Sphere can negate the attack. And then on their turn, then Dyson Sphere can discard or detach the one material and then swing directly for 2800 damage. It creates like a lock. Exceeds Reborn, target one Exceeds monster in your graveyard. They get rid of the Dyson Sphere, right? Activate Exceeds Reborn, resummon the Dyson Sphere, and then attach the Exceeds Reborn trap card as a material. When your opponent activates a monster effect, detach one Exceeds material from a monster you control, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that monster. The thing that we're getting at here is Dyson Sphere particularly has this effect that when it no longer has Exceeds materials, it just targets two monsters in the graveyard and just adds them back. It's a ridiculous loop. Laughs and none of his dataless. Yeah, a Dyson Sphere is wild, man. Like I said, when I looked at it, I was like, what is even, it makes no sense. Like, I've been waiting for this card to come into the game. Now, I said in Discord that I was probably going to just easy skip this box, but because Grand Mole alone is in here and this Dyson Sphere, yeah, that's not going to hold up. I'm definitely going to go into this box. I'm not going to go hard in it, but if I can get like a copy, I'll be happy with it. All right, moving along here. He sold Belle of the Underworld. If you control Tristan, not the terrible friend of Yugi Tristan, but if you control Tristan, Knight of the Underworld, you can special summon this card from your hand. Okay, it cannot be special summoned by other ways. You can target up to 2 zombie monsters you control and declare a level from 5 to 8, and they become that level until the end of this turn. Also, you cannot special summon special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except zombie monsters. Okay. They're both level 4. Okay. And then Tristan, Knight of the Underworld. Let me try to zoom in again here. When this card is normal summon, you can target one zombie monster with 0 defense in your graveyard. Add it to your hand. Gains 300 attack if you control another zombie monster. So if he's out, so say you have a 2-card combo with them alone. If for some reason Isolde is in the graveyard, say like a Ballista Squad, because zombies love using Ballista Squad, right? And it's in the graveyard now, it's cleared the board. You summon a Tristan, they'll add back the Isolde. The Isolde will then special summon itself. And just from those 2 alone, you can target up to 2 zombie monsters, including Isolde, declare a level from 5 to 8, and then they become that level to exceed summon. That's pretty good. Even for rares, that's pretty good. They play off one another very well. Oh, is that too far over? Okay, let me back up here. Apparently it can't handle that level of zoom. All right, Lilybot. So Lilybot is no longer floating down the raft in Zexal World when you're trying to get some gems. Lilybot has arrived. When this card is normal summoned or flip face up, you can target one orbital 7 in your graveyard, special summon it, and face up attack or face down defense. Once per turn, you contribute any number of machine type monsters, and special summon an equal number of photon and or galaxy monsters from your hand. It's very memey, but I would love to get that effect off. Mind you, it says tribute any number of machines, so it's including the Lilybot. That is a pretty good effect. Usually with these cards, they would have limited by saying like you can tribute any number of machine type monsters except Lilybot. The fact that you can also tribute to Lilybot is pretty good, honestly. 2000 defense, like the orbital, it's not bad. I don't know if it's a slower pace. I mean, like Photon moves a lot faster than what Lilybot would put out, but like I said, the effect itself isn't terrible. Our first Gimmick Puppet. Gimmick Puppet Humpty Dumpty. That's not my dad's Humpty Dumpty, okay? This card is normal or special summon. It's a dark machine level 4. You can special summon one Gimmick Puppet monster from your hand. You can only use this effect of Humpty Dumpty once per turn. Okay. Got trash stats, but that's not what you're doing this for. Alright. Gimmick Puppet Scissor Arms. Edward Scissorhands. Yeah. When this card is normal summoned, you can send one Gimmick Puppet monster from your deck to the graveyard. Okay. Stats also aren't that great. But these are just the rares. Okay. I'm going to skip up since we are on these gimmicks now. Where's another gimmick? Gimmick Puppet Bisque Doll. Artwork is nuts. It's the level 8 Dark Machine. You can special summon this card from your hand by discarding one Gimmick Puppet monster. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Your opponent cannot target Gimmick Puppet monsters you control with card effects this turn. Oops. So you can banish this at the start of the turn, right? And then you don't need to target your monsters. It just protects them. Nice. Dreary Doll. If this card is in your graveyard, you can banish one other Gimmick Puppet monster from your graveyard. Then special summon this card. You can only use this effect of Dreary Doll once per turn. It cannot be used for an Xyz summon, except for the Xyz summon of a Gimmick Puppet monster. So this card locks you into Gimmick when it's on the board. But it can banish another monster, Gimmick Puppet monster in particular, and then special summon this. Okay. All right. And then they gave us the number 15 Gimmick Puppet Giant Feet. 2 level 8 monsters for a rank 8 Dark Machine up to twice per turn during your main phase 1. I love how they just leave main phase 1. I mean that's the card. It's good. It's just gonna be main phase and Duel Links. You can detach one Xyz material from this card and target one special summon monster your opponent controls. Destroy it. Then, if it was an Xyz monster, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half its attack. Right. Oh, and excuse me, I missed Terror Baby. I'm sorry. How could I miss you, Terror Baby? Look at that. Look at this terror. Is the crib a mouth? What the? I just paid attention to that. When this card is normal summon, you can target one Gimmick Puppet monster in your graveyard and then special summon it in defense. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to the activation or your Gimmick Puppet monster effects this turn. So when this is normal summon, then you can special summon one from the graveyard. It seems like you can special summon this one if it gets destroyed. So you can special summon. You can special summon on its own. Which one would I want to go after using that effect though? Okay, so then you would bring out the Terror Baby would go into Humpty Dumpty. I think I'm starting to see the synergy here. None of them can change levels right now though. I imagine that because there's an event coming up where Quattro, the user of Gimmick Puppets, will be available. There are going to be some cards that kind of round this out. It feels kind of disjointed right now. Too many effects require, because the only way you can send one to the graveyard right now is if you normal summon this one. I can't think of any loot off the top that I would want to, like, at first glance is not particularly too strong in my opinion. So these are your 2 level 8s, and this is your level 4 UR. This is a protection card. You can discard to special summon it. I mean, I guess you would summon this one. You would discard. This is when it's normal summon. When it's special summon, you can special summon from your hand. Well, you would want to put both in the graveyard. This one can ditch a card, which would be like this one, and then who else can be sent to the graveyard? Because you would want to get both in the graveyard. Defense position. I have to think more over that one, because right now it's like you only get one monster out at a time. But I clearly remember in the last event they were able to special summon multiple times. I think it was like a trap card or something that was what made that work. It had to be a trap. No, it wasn't trapped in. Still. And I know he used that one. You can banish one Gimmick Puppet monster from your graveyard. All monsters you currently control become that banished monster's level. If a face-up Gimmick Puppet monster you control is destroyed by battle or opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can target one of your banished Gimmick Puppets, special summon it. Yeah, this is the card. If Perform Puppet comes to Duel Links as like a level up reward or like an event card, this is what will make the deck viable on ladder at the very least. So you can banish a Gimmick Puppet from your graveyard, and then all monsters you control become. So if you banish the level 8, all of them become the 8, so that you can get out the Grinder Exceeds monster. So this is the one that's missing. They didn't put it in here. They probably have it as a level up reward, to be honest. But that's what's needed to round out the deck. All right, moving on. Blaze Phoenix, the Burning Bombardment Bird. Here's the machine pyro fusion. Once per turn during your main phase, you can inflict 300 damage to your opponent for each card on the field. Card cannot attack during turn activate this effect. So like 150. Okay. Elemental Hero Magma Naos. Player Scarab, Naos, and Grand Mole. You use Contact Fusion. This card gains 400 attack for each card on the field. Once per turn during the end phase, shuffle this card into the extra deck. If this card is shuffled into extra deck, this way return all cards on the field to the hand. This is huge beat stick and board clear. Inzektor Exastag. Rank 5. Once per turn, you can detach one Exceeds material monster or Exceeds material from this card to target one monster your opponent controls or in their graveyard. Equip that target to this card. This card gains attack and defense equal to half the original attack and defense of the monster equipped by this effect. 2 level 5 insect type monsters. Okay. And then the Inzektor Exabeetle is a rank 6. Uh-oh. I see a Rhinoceros in the future of Inzektor builds. 2 level 6 monsters. When this card is Exceed summoned, you can target one monster in either player's graveyard. Equip that target to this card. Card gains attack and defense equal to half the original attack and defense. Once per turn, you can detach one Exceed material from this card. Target one face-up card on each side of the field, and then send those targets to the graveyard. So this one just grabs stats. This one grabs stats and then sends cards to the graveyard, but you have to send from both sides. That's kind of a limit. So I'm not sure, I've never played Inzektor, so I'm not sure how well stocked you can keep the hand, but you would need to in order to get this last effect off. Here's the Googly Eyes Drum Dragon. Once per turn, you can detach one Exceed material from this card, and it gains 1,000 attack until the end of your opponent's next turn. So it becomes freaking 4,000 attack. Okay. If this card is destroyed while it has a material, you can banish one super defense robot monster from your graveyard, special summon this card from your graveyard. Then you can attach one super defense robot monster from the graveyard to this card as a material. That's actually not bad. That's a pretty cool card. Number 48, Shadow Lich. 2 level 3 monsters, 1,800 attack. Once per turn during your opponent's turn, you can detach an Exceed material and then special summon a Phantom token. 500 attack defense at level 1. A Dark Fiend. This is a quick effect. While you control a Phantom token, your opponent cannot target this card for attacks. The card gains 500 attack for each Phantom token you control. So it's a 2,300 attack monster that cannot be targeted for attacks. Kind of mum about this one. It's not a lot we can really do with tokens and Duel Links right now. I mean, I have the cards for it, but it's not, there's no real synergy with tokens outside of synchro summoning. Vampire Red Baron. Level 6 zombie. Once per turn, you can pay 1,000 life points. Then target one monster your opponent controls and one other vampire monster you control, and switch control of those monsters. At the end of the battle phase, if this card destroyed any monster by battle, you can special summon them from the graveyards to your field. Now, this is nice. This is a nice effect. Pay 1,000 for swapping monsters. So you're going to want to swarm. That's pretty cool. Can't you run this with yeah, you should be able to swap. You should be able to summon these and get this monster out as well. It's a zombie, so you could also use Book of Life to special summon it to the field. Shadow Vampire. This card art is sick. Cannot be used as material for an Exceed summon except for a dark monster. When this card is normal summon, you can special summon one dark vampire monster from your hand or deck. Except Shadow Vampire, but monsters you control cannot attack for the rest of this turn, except that special summon monster. So even if you pulled this guy out, you can pull out the Vampire Red Baron. That's crazy. And then Vampire Sorcerer is a level 4 zombie. Dark, if this card in your possession is sent to your graveyard by your opponent's card, You can add one dark vampire monster or one vampire spell and trap from your deck to your hand. I knew I should have gone into that old box. You can banish this card from your graveyard, and one dark vampire monster you normal summon cannot or can be summoned without tributing. Oh, snap. So for this guy, all right, Crimson Knight Vampire Brahm. 2 level 5 zombies. What are you? You're a 6, right? So this guy, you can detach one material from this card, then target one monster in your opponent's graveyard. Special summon that target to your field. But only that monster can attack for the rest of this turn. You can only use this effect of Crimson Knight Vampire Brahm once per turn. Once per turn during your standby phase of the next turn after this card you controlled was destroyed by your opponent's card and sent to your graveyard. Special summon this card in defense. Wow. These are some nice zombies. Can't lie. What else do we have? We went over to Gimmick Puppets. Let's see. Exceeds Tribal Rivals. Face up exceeds monsters on the field with 2 or more materials cannot be destroyed by card effects. Dyson Sphere stuff. After damage calc, if an exceeds monster you control battles, destroy that opponent's monster. That exceeds monster must have 2 or more exceeds materials attached to activate and to resolve this effect. Alright. Vampire Awakening. This art is... I love this art on the vampire cards. Special summon one vampire monster from your deck, but destroy it during the end phase of this turn. You can only activate one Vampire Awakening per turn. Not a bad trap. I'm gonna get to this one. We're getting to this card. Solar Wind Jammer. Level 5. If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand, but its original attack and defense is cut in half. During each standby phase, increase the level of this card by 1. There can only be 1 on the field. Yeah, it's trying to get you to climb up to 9, but you don't need it. It's an interesting card, but it's bad as an SR in my opinion, but you know, because you'll just out this as it's climbing. Magical Hound. Machine Tuner. Level 1. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can target one face-up spell or trap your opponent controls. Return it to the hand, and if you do special summon this card, you can only use this effect of Magical Hound once per duel. I can see this being a tech. Magical Hound is going to be a very sick tech card. You can target one face-up spell or trap your opponent controls, bounce it back, and then special summon this card. Either from the hand or graveyard. And it's a tuner. I'll have to see how I can fit that into, you know what, I might just go when I get that card and see how I can fit it into Shooting Star Dragon, because I have a level 1 tuner in there already, but it's for destroying cards on the field by discarding. This will be interesting. It is an interesting tech. I have to figure out how this would play out. But it seems like it's definitely for cards like these, the Tribal Rival. Where's that other trap we were looking at? Oh, it was a spell card I was looking at for the continuous spell for the Gimmick Puppet to get rid of that stuff off the field. All right, we went over Grand Mole. You know, Dragluon. This was in the selection box. Those 2 level 8 dragon type monsters. It's a rank 8 dragon. And if you control no other monsters, you can detach one exceeds material. Then you can either special summon a dragon from your hand, target a dragon monster your opponent controls and take control of it, or dragon monsters your opponent controls cannot activate their effects until the end of their turn, which is the card we were looking at when we saw Soul Drain Dragon. Because this is, as far as I can tell, the only way that you would summon it. You would use Drag Luon. But this is a card that I was fortunate to get, and I do run it. I do run it in Blue Eyes. All right. Zombie is returning in a big way. Absolutely right. Matter of fact, they've really been preparing us. Like, I forget what the deck is called, but if you run around at the higher levels of the NPC duels, they are running a vampire deck essentially. Quite annoying too. All right, what are we looking at here? Number 22, Zombie Stein. A rank 8 zombie. 2 level 8 dark monsters. It must be Exceed summoned and cannot be special summoned by other ways. Once per turn during either player's turn, you can detach a material from this card and send one card from your hand to the graveyard, then target one face-up card your opponent controls. Change this card to defense, and if you do, that face-up card has its effects negated until the end of this turn. This dude is 4,500 attack. This is a wild interaction. So it's a quick effect. It's during either player's turn. Detach a material. Then you have to send a card from your hand. Then you target a face-up card, whether it's a spell card, monster, trap, whatever. Switch it to defense. And if you can do that successfully, that card has its effect negated. So they activate it. You negate the effect. It's probably like a once per turn effect. So then they lose out on that card. Now they did even it out by making it 1,000 defense in their defense. But that is a ridiculous attack. But if you have tribal rivals, if an Xyz monster you control battles, destroy that opponent's monster. So even if they swing at Zombie Stein, if you have out tribal rivals, they lose their monster anyway. It says you must have 2 or more materials attached to activate it. I got you. So it wouldn't necessarily activate in that sense. So you're using this for a powerful negate if you aren't able to just swing through. I never saw that in the anime. All right, we looked at these guys, and then Gimmick Puppet Gigantes Doll. So rank 4. Okay, I didn't know that. We have rank 4, 2 level 4 Gimmick Puppet monsters. So it's not generic like this guy. You can detach 2 materials from this card, then target up to 2 monsters your opponent controls to gain control of them until the end phase. Also, for the rest of this turn, you cannot special summon monsters except Gimmick Puppet monsters, nor declare an attack except with Exceed monsters. So, say if you were facing Blue Eyes, you summon this on the field, then you activate its effect. Say they have 2 level 8 monster Blue Eyes, you steal them, and then you overlay them for like Gimmick Puppet Grinder or whatever else. Because you can only attack with Exceed monsters. You contribute this card. All monsters you currently control become level 8 until the end of this turn. That is ridiculous. So it doesn't even matter what they are. They could be harpies, and you steal them, and then you make them level 8. You can only use each effect once per turn. Dude, that is nuts. Gigantes. That's a crazy effect. This is okay. This changes things. I did not read this card earlier. This is nuts. If you get out, where'd they go? this combo, this guy, and so this is a definite 3 of. You need this. But this card's normal summon, you target one Gimmick Puppet monster in your graveyard, and then special summon one in defense. You need this to get to this if you're being overwhelmed. That's a crazy card. All right, went over these guys. This was also in a selection box, the UR. Starliege Paladynamo. I actually really like this effect. You detach both of its materials, target a face-up monster, change its attack to 0. If you do that, it also has its effects negated. If this card you control is destroyed by an opponent's card, by a battle or card effect, and sent to the graveyard, you can draw a card. So you get a +1, you make their monster 0, and you negate their effect. And that's permanent. That is not just that turn. Its effect is negated and its attack is 0. So I did not get one of these in the selection box, so I'll be happy to pick up a copy. And who else do we have in here? Smashing Ground. Destroy the one face-up monster your opponent controls that has highest defense. Your choice if it's tied. This is the OG card. It is digital bug rhinoceros in a spell card. But it doesn't have a quick effect, so it's gonna be like our other removals that are slow in that way. You'll see people play it. It's just not something that has to be a staple. Grand Naos. Contact Fusion you could use, all the cards. Once per turn, you can target one monster your opponent controls and then bounce it back to the hand. Of course, it's a elemental hero Naos fusion, so during the end phase, it's shuffled back into the extra deck unless you have Neo Space or, the equip card or something like that. Or Naos fusion banished from the grave. But Grand Naos is here, so start sending stuff back to the hand. And by the way, before I go, I am going to build a Harpy deck, right? This is the card. Maybe it seemed as a little meme or ish or whatever, but this is a must for me in the version that I'm building. You pay 500 life points during each of your standby phases, right? It's not optional. But monster cards that would be returned from the field to the hand are banished from play instead. I have a replay to a video I'm working on that just shows exactly how I did that. It got rid of a stall card, but Degenerate Circuit and Cyber/Harpy Lady is a really nice combo. Love that combo. I got so much drainage this morning. All right, Jelly Cannon. When a monster declares an attack, target one monster on the field, then shuffle it into the deck. Wow. Well, in some ways, it's kind of better than a drowning. You can only get one monster, but they also don't have to be attacking directly. So I could see this getting used by somebody for sure. Where else have we gotten here? Vampire Duke. Their art is amazing. I love the vampire artwork. Hey, appreciate you coming through. Have a good one. I'll catch you later. Much appreciated. When this card is normal summoned, you can target one dark vampire monster in your graveyard. So this is the other level 5. Special summon that target and face up defense. When this card is special summon, you can declare one card type, monster, spell, or trap. Your opponent sends one card of that type from their deck to their graveyard. You can only use this effective Vampire Duke once per turn. This card cannot be used as next phase material for next phase summon, except for a dark monster. So you can target one vampire in your graveyard and special summon it and face up defense. Like this guy. So I guess we'll get some Gozukis up in here and Samurai Skulls to send these dudes to the graveyard. And then the Inzektor Dragonfly. Once per turn, you can equip one Inzektor monster from your hand or graveyard to this card. If an equipped card or card is sent from the graveyard while equipped to this card, special summon one Inzektor monster from your deck. While this card is equipped to a monster, that monster's level is increased by 3. Wow. So from your hand or graveyard. Let's see. Someone's X monster from your deck, and then if this is equipped, so this is how you get to the 5 and the 6, right? Because it's a level 3 monster, so they can change their levels based on their equip information in a 5 or a 6. Where is Zector? Anybody change their levels? Zector Hornet. That monster's levels increased by 3, so he does the same thing. Target 1 and 2. There's a lot of control. I think Inzectors might show up on the ladder a lot. Target 1 face up. It's a level 3 and it increases by 3. They're all 3 so far. I don't understand how we're getting to 5. Here's a 4. That monster levels increased by 4. Giga Cricket is a 5. Oh, Ladybug. Ladybug is how you get to 5. Okay. I was like, no one in this archetype. We have all of their cards. Sheesh. We have all of the Inzektor stuff pretty much now. Except this Link, the Link monster. But all this other stuff is here. So they're just finishing the archetype. Wow. But this is the 5 is the Ladybug. Once per turn, you can equip one Inzektor monster from your hand or graveyard to this card. While this card is equipped to a monster, that monster's level is increased by 2. Also, it gains attack and defense equal to this card's attack and defense. While this card is equipped to a monster, you can send this equip to the graveyard to target one face-up monster you control. Increase that target's level by 2. There you go. So the Ladybug is the finishing touch. And then our new guy can grab from the deck. And then this one can destroy a card. That's how that combo is going to work. All right. And last but not least, I saved this one for last because Galaxy players, this is your card. And when I mean Galaxy players, I mean anybody who really wants to run Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. You don't even necessarily have to run this in a Photon deck. You tribute one monster. It's a quick play spell, Hyper Galaxy. Tribute one monster with 2,000 or more attack, except Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. Then target one monster your opponent controls with 2,000 or more attack. That's the limitation of it. You tribute it, and if you do, special summon one Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon from your hand, deck, or graveyard. You can only activate one per turn. So I forget the name of the card, but it's a normal spell, right? That will it'll select one of your opponent's monsters. It'll select your monster. You tribute them off, or you can select your opponent's monster. You tribute it off, and you can do your advanced summon or your tribute summon. Is it exchange? Soul exchange. Target one monster your opponent controls. This turn, if you tribute a monster, you must tribute that target as if you controlled it. but you cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this card, right? But this steps it up. Yeah, you have to use monsters that are 2,000 or more attack on either side of the field. It cannot be a Galaxy Eyes, but you can special summon a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon from the hand, deck, or graveyard, and you can attack that turn. It's either, if it's on your turn, you can attack that turn. You can attack. You can use this on your opponent's turn to disrupt their board. This single-handedly, the complaint that Galaxy is very linear. Hyper Galaxy is a SR that can literally take Photon outside of its own archetype build. The Galaxy Eyes, take it outside of Photon. You can stick it in something like Blue Eyes, and you would still be able to run this effectively. Pretty nuts. So, if you're a Photon player, I think you have to go into this box to get this card. And I don't think it's a 1-of either. I think it's powerful enough to be a 3-of SR. I really do. But there we go. Let's switch back. And where are we at? So we did the leak. We went over Arc 5. And let me come back to Gaia. Let's see if I can get in some gameplay for a sec here. But Gaia is for the control. And I'm using the Pharaoh because people are still very much used to Destiny Draw being played. This is just my version. There's so many ways to play this. I have one copy of a lot of cards. To be honest, I could probably take this out, but I don't have a second Book of Moon, so this is why this is here. Could be a Kanadi as well. I have an MST 3. I have the Prismatic Gaia, the Magical Knight, but 3 copies of those, 3 copies of Curse of Dragonfire, 1 Gaia, the Fierce Knight Origin. Could easily take this out and put it in the Origin as well. And then Soldier Gaia, the Fierce Knight, I have it too. I have an Adrius, and 3 of the Dragon Champion, and 3 of the Magical Knight of Dragons. So what you're trying to do turn 1, and I'll get some gameplay in here. You're trying to establish getting your Gaia the Magical Knight of Dragons on board, preferably in defense, so that you can activate its effect. It can lose exactly 2,600 attack, and if it does, you can destroy a targeted card, so you can disrupt. And you can then, if you have Soldier Gaia in hand, should something happen to that card, or if it can get back to your turn, you can tribute the 0 attack Magical Knight of Dragons. Special summon Soldier Gaia, who upon summoning can switch a monster to defense. Then it can tribute itself, and then go and then grab a level 7 or higher warrior type monster. So then you would go and grab another Magical Knight and start the loop all over again. But you would summon this, and by its effect, special summon in defense Curse of Dragonfire. Curse of Dragonfire, upon summoning, can destroy a field spell. Make sure you don't destroy your own. Its second effect is then it can cause a fusion summon itself between it and the warrior monster, and then go into either this guy here or Sky Galloping. Sky Galloping upon attack can switch a monster to defense, and upon summon can also grab a Spiral Spear Strike to deal piercing damage, and then draw 2 cards and then discard 1. So it's like a Graceful Charity in a continuous spell. What else here? Origin in the graveyard. You can activate its effect. You can send a card to the graveyard and special summon it. And then you can normal summon this because it's 2 tributes. You can also banish it from the graveyard and take a 0 attack Magical Gaia and restore its attack to normal. Or, as one of the latest video shorts we have, you can take an opponent's attack and then lower it back to normal. And then we have this Forbidden Chalice. You can either Use this offensively during your opponent's turn to set your attack back to regular, or use this to interrupt an opponent's monster effect. The Dragon Mirror is for lethal plays. A Trunade to clear the board, and last but not least, Galloping Gaia, which is in here at 1 just for the skill. If you can get it off one time, that's pretty much all you need. But you can reveal a warrior in the hand to grab the dragon, or reveal the dragon to grab the warrior. And while this is face up, your Gaia the Dragon champions, your opponent cannot activate card effects during the battle phase. So this is a treated as Gaia the Dragon champion. This is treated as Gaia the Dragon champion. So, and that's it. We were zooming. Hey, appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. You know, I'm gonna try. We're at rank 5. We just got here, so I stopped when we got here. We had 2 losses, and this one was a misplay. I think this was the one against yeah, I misplayed against this one, and this one I think I got defeated by Swallow's Nest. That's how it goes. That's what I said. If they ever did come out with a limit on Harpy, either the Elegant Egotist is getting limited to, or Swallow's Nest. But Swallow's Nest honestly would hurt Blackwing if they did that. So, but having both in the same deck, and what do you know, we're straight up against most likely a Shiranui. All right. Well, let's see what we can do after they set their entire hand. Okay. Now, what should I return? I can return a warrior. Because I want to try to keep this in my hand as much as possible. He's probably going to flip it face down, but we're okay with that. Because even if he does, we still get the effect off, so they can't necessarily negate that just by flipping it. Yeah, see, he's going for the Canadia. And we're just going to stop there. We could activate this Dragon's Mirror, but I don't know how aggressive I want to get, but I can promise you that if we leave him up on the board, this is not going to be good. So maybe I should bait it. Let's bait it out. Let's just banish those. Okay, nothing. All right, so you can't do anything about that. Nice. I was not expecting to get through. All right, let me take I think I still have my Naos up here. There, that way you can see the card. You mean the Grand Naos? Shiranui Spectral Sword. I can't negate that. Let's wait and see what he summons. All right, I have no reason to blow that up. I'm gonna toggle on because he didn't normal summon yet, and I'm actually gonna pop a back row that he just set instead of his monster. All right, so he had a Divine Wrath. Yes. All right. So we don't care about the monster, has 0 defense, and honestly, we could always just go for Sky Galloping. We popped the back row he just put down. No Divine Wrath for you. All right. We dodged Shiranui. I still wish I would have got more of the Terabyte, man. I can't believe I only got 1. That means I missed out on extra gems and other stuff like, you know, for leveling up characters. Cannot believe that. Man, it'd be crazy if we actually get the Grand Mole with no limitations. That'd be nuts. Like having 6 Neo-Spatian Grand Mole because of the Chrysalis. I would do that. I would build it just because. He is going to try. I have my Dragon's Mirror, so this is lethal. I'm gonna reveal the Dragonfire, and I'm just gonna add a Soldier Gaia. All right, let's normal summon the Magical Knight, activate its effect. Let's not mess this up. Special summon Dragonfire, say no. And let's summon. All right. Yeah, this is GG right here. This is why the GOAT of this deck is Dragon's Mirror. All right. Activate it. And let's summon another one. Completely empty board. Nothing they can do. And that's the thing about this card. It says, not this card, this card. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects during the battle phase while Gaia the Dragon Champion is in your monster zone. So even if they have a Battling Box or Veil, they can't do anything. And traps cut off. I don't understand. Even if it was like, if you were just playing like a KC Cup build or something like that, I don't understand how there's so much hate towards Gaia. Like personally, what you'll get from this channel, we'll talk about the strengths and weaknesses of decks and cards. I don't care for tier lists. Play what you want to play. Have fun with it, because that's when you can truly get competitive. Your creativity will shine. To me, the deck is competitive, right? In the sense that it can win games. There are some hard matchups, of course, like Onomat is one of those hard matchups. Because of like bouncers and stuff like that. But that's why you have Dragon's Mirror. Because you're gonna try to stave off the attack. And you just play. You're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some, and you just keep it pushing. But honestly, I don't care for tier lists. I mean, they're fun. Just have to keep in mind that they're subjective from a collective. Right? Like Cyber Dragon isn't even on the tier list. But, I mean, do you want to face it in a tournament or a ladder? No. So he summons a Strike Bouncer. My hand is not adequate. They gave me 2 True Nades. See, I got the Book of Moon, but I can't. You know what? No, that works. What am I saying? This works. Activate. Nice. So I can return a True Nade. Heyo. Skills busted, man. Let's get this prismatic. Skill is busted. This time I am going to I'm going to summon this one first. But I am going to use Dragon's Mirror and summon my other one because I want to deal some damage off this guy. Oh, nope, don't do that. We are losing them, but hopefully when we deal piercing damage, we'll be able to pick at least one of those cards back up. And what we're going to do is attack with this one so that we can boost its attack so that we can try to negate. I just have to try and time the negation correctly. Oh, yes, we have both actually. I'm going to ditch him. We're going to boost. And we're going to swing. Only thing would have been better is if we would have gotten the Soldier Gaia. All right, now we have to pay very close attention to this next play. So he's going to use Gaga Head. I don't think I want to blow anything up right just yet. Because he could have bolted me beforehand, so. I've only played this matchup twice, so I'm trying to figure out at what point do I interrupt the play. There's the Gaga Bolt. And I am going to... Of course, we're going to activate. Let's just blow up the sister. This way, he can't go into any rank 6s. Because he already normal summoned. Oh, I forgot you could draw a card off of that. That's not great. All right, gonna banish. We might be safe. Gonna boost. I will save that. What a top deck. True Nated. Let's reveal the dragon. Let's grab a Soldier Gaia. And they should be aware that this is game. How do we want to do this? So we can bring it back down. It's got 1200, right? So we should be able to just swing in and change its battle position. Yeah, there we go. Nice. I keep forgetting that the Sky Galloping can just switch it to defense. So, all right, man, it's feeling good. You hate Gaga. You're a trap, but I'm a good person. I made a video a while back. I was like, the only way that Shiranui is not the best deck in Duel Links is if it's not in Duel Links, right? Like you have to nerf that deck to the ground. They've tried that. Now the traps are like rampant, and people are still playing it. Gaga. It's only gonna get stronger from this new box, unfortunately. Is it Marcelo? It's only gonna get worse. There's a lot of rank 6 support coming, unfortunately. And the nerf that they did to Gaga actually was nothing more than a boost. I'm running out of time for today, so I'm gonna try to make a push here and see if I can get a rank up for it. What a top deck. All right, we're gonna get our soldier Gaia since it's turn 1. We're not even gonna trip. We are gonna get rid of his, I think it's like Sogan. So don't say no this time, say yes, because we're gonna blow up his field spell. All right, we're gonna go into defense and we're just gonna chill. Let's toggle off. Actually, toggle on. I want to see if he can activate anything. Okay, so he didn't have anything as far as we could see. All right, so he's going to... Let's see if he has another one. Let me do this. I'm gonna blow this one up now. He'll be able to draw into some more cards. But I'm trying to force out resources here. Yeah, there we go. See what I mean? He summoned this guy. And we already have 2 cards. So one of those has definitely got to be... All right, let's just go back to auto. Look at how we're going to turn it off. Just like that. If he has a dual wield, we just turned it off. And let me see if he's going to let me activate this. All right, we're in there. All right, so we're going to hop off the board, grab our Gaia. Now we're going to activate our field because she negated the other one. Okay, what kind of disruption do you have, sir? A Book of Moon, maybe? All right, let's keep the one in our hand. Let's go into another fusion. We sacrificed our piercing damage, unfortunately, but Let's summon all of them. We got to be careful here. And this one, he might flip something face down, so we want to maintain our ability to negate. If we get to the battle phase, he can't activate, so we're good. Come on, Joseph. We can't pop the Fuma because then he'll just get another Fuma, unfortunately. Don't do it, Joseph. Uh-oh. Well. Oh. Yeah, that's GG. Hey, Resonator as well. Yeah, Resonator is very busted. It continues to evolve. Now people are playing Stratos in it. Like, it's wild out here. It's wild in Duel Links right now. Uh-oh, Libya. Oh my god. Blue Eyes sighting. This is it. Can we do it? We're going first, so let's return. Let's return this guy. Let's reveal. I want to hold on to the Hatronade just to force something out on their turn, so. Summon. Say no. Go into defense. Let's stay focused. We might lose this card. So I'm going to set this instead. They might ignore it anyway, but. Well, there we go. The only hope we can have is that he already has his Dragon Spirit of White in his hand already. Otherwise, my Kelpin guy is toast. All right. So it's going to hit the board. And we simply have to pop it. Right, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. I was like, I don't know what else he's doing, but all right. What you got for me? Sage with eyes of blue. He had to have that in his hand, in his starting hand. He had to have it. All right. So it does not look like he had to have this. Stupid. He had a perfect hand. All right. Let's tribute this off now. And yeah, let's put this into defense. All right, so that lets me know right there that yes, he has a blue eyes in his hand. I don't know why he in particular jumped off so quickly, but all right, instead of doing an MST play, I'm just gonna activate Hey True Nade to see what he's going to get rid of. Okay, so he's gonna karma cut me. Did he just ditch? All right, so there we go. We lose. He just ditched the stone. Oh my god, we already just took this L. Hey, freaks! Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Yeah, I saw that. You're talking about Resonator. All right, we're gonna take the L on this one. He had a perfect hand. His Dragon Spirit of White was in his deck. He opened card of Consonance. He had Blue Eyes White Dragon in the hand. I mean, his alternative dragon, and he had a Karma Cut set. Had a perfect hand. Can't be mad at that. Hey, Marshall, thanks for subscribing. It is much appreciated, much love. What I'm really after in streaming is just getting comfortable on camera. I want to host tournaments for my Discord. It's called the Agency. We do duel links. We got some TCG people in there. We talk anime. We just chill, man. But I really want to get it going. I have a nonprofit, so I have to set it up a certain way, but I'm trying to get it in there, and we're going to start having some tournaments and start getting some events going here on YouTube, because it's just my platform of choice. I like YouTube, and for the most part, you guys are already here. See, Blue Eyes isn't even tiered anymore, I don't think. He just straight ran through us on our rank up, no less. We'll try one more time on camera, and then I will have to get on with this beautiful day. Uh-oh. We need a Book of Moon. Interesting. I can't believe he's letting me actually make all these plays. Let's grab this one instead. He can't negate. All he can do is destroy it. So even if we can't push through this time, we may have a play for next time. We might have a play for next time. All right, so he's got a delay, so he can tribute his monster off, which sucks, but dims the brakes. So there you go, Soldier Gaia. All decks now are 3 Book of Moon, and I only have 1. I seriously considered throwing in 2 Murmur of the Forest just because I don't have the extra Book of Moon, and because I know I'm going to run into the mirror match right now because the deck is that popular. You know what I mean? Which I suspect that's what he keeps putting face down, is his Book of Moon, which is going to suck. But let me do this. Yeah, there's definitely a delay. I feel like that's what's coming from that. So instead of doing the tribute, I am going to just normal summon it without tributing. It could be a Tretch too, which would be crazy. I called it. I so called it. Okay. So he just swings with that one and swings with that one, so we lose. All right. When you lose in a row. This man, I should have looked at his deck list. He found time to fit 2 treacherous trap hole, a treacherous trap hole in his deck. So that's his way of countering the mirror. And if we lose, unfortunately we'll have to end on a sour note, but I don't think we'll lose. Come on, Carly-chan. Give me a Dragon's Mirror. You know what? They probably don't have hand traps. I'm gonna send one of these back just in case we don't survive the turn. Let's reveal the dragon. Get Soldier Gaia. And we'll test the water to see if they have a hand trap. All right. Of course, nothing's activatable off of that. Okay, we avoided the rank down. That little prompt on Soldier Gaia has got me one time. And I came out and I put it in defense and missed my lethal. I was like, "Well, you see, here's my deck list." Let me switch over. Yeah, there's my deck list. And what did he have? He had a 1-of Treacherous. And he's using the Dark Flare Dragon, which is a nice play. I tend to sub out my Dark Flare and just use the Dragon's Mirror instead. Got the Refusion, the Econ. Econ's nice. I also don't have any Fiendish Chain either. Karmika is a smart card to put in because it can be a way to put Gaia, the Fierce Knight Origin, in the grave. I'll think about that. I'll think about that. Then we've had enough of Sheer this morning. Mr. Rob Zombie. Oh my god, I got nothing. Okay. Well, we won't need this. That's for sure. All right, normal summon Samurai Skull. Samurai Skull will be sending the, most likely, the Spectral Sword to the grave. And let's see, set your whole hand. Of course. All right, get in at 17, boy. Ends our turn. 50-50. And let's go for this one. Let's hit the middle. All right, so we do have a floodgate we can set. So even if he floodgates us, we'll be able to go into our monster. I just hope he didn't have two of these Ultimate Providences. He's waiting, he's waiting, he's waiting. Okay. All right. This is what he was waiting for. He's going to floodgate, and we are going to activate. I don't think I can pop and then do the tribute like that. But we're about to get in some lethal damage. Use you, and then all right, they scoop it up. I know, dude. The Shiranui, ever since the KCGT, man, it just sprang up out of nowhere like a weed. Shira weeds. Oh man, we dodged it again. We somehow dodged Shiranui once again. I say dodge because I have that much respect for all those trap cards. All right. Woo, Shadow Game. Oh my god, it's okay. Okay, guy. Well, we won't need this, so let's go. I think I'll grab Soldier Gaia. Now, he's going to unfortunately negate this effect. So I need to just crash into him. He's probably Seemed like there was a delay. But yeah, I'm going to lose out on summoning my monster just because he stuck out his Arvada, unfortunately. How do I make this work? I think if I grab this guy, I can put this in the grave. And I think I can then, let me activate this. That was my special summon. So if I normal summon using both of them, hold up, no, I can't do that because it'll waste my normal summon. It'll waste my normal summon. Yeah. So let's remove him and remove him. Yeah, that seems like the way. Nice. Yep, he had him. All right, this is it. Thunder Dragon? He's definitely using Thunder Dragon. I can't do anything yet. Bro, come on. This is my last duel for the day. I'm just trying to you're sitting on this card. Just I know it's a Thunder Dragon Dark. Just want you to activate it so I can get on with the rest of my turn. We'll have to time these correctly too. All right, I got 2 of my tech cards. So let's set the Book of Moon first, and then we'll set the Floodgate. Man, this dude is literally gonna do this until the end phase. Carlos, just toggle off or something. I don't understand, bro. We know it's Thunder Dragon. Thank you. Finally did it. Sheesh, dude. Very glad this is ladder and that I don't have my debunk just chilling in my hand. Oh boy. All right, let's not waste anything on these in particular. Yeah, because I flipped it face down, now it can't return. So what we're trying to do is get some piercing damage in. I'm gonna have to swing at this one eventually. Aloof Lupine will add the dark back to the hand. He should already have, I didn't keep up with. I don't want to give him the extra one though. He's already gonna have a space for his extra dark monster. Crap. Well, I don't want to blow him up. Yeah, we'll wait. We'll do that, and then I'm probably going to regret this move, but I don't want him to sit back and just keep not taking any damage. So I'm going to swing on this one. Ooh, man, dang it. Well, I won't be able to use the chalice because I'm already in the battle phase. All right, so I'm taking a chance. And I always just do that. Ooh, he's gonna bounce me back. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about his normal summon and then going into Levianeer or Dragon Duo. Oh, he's not gonna bounce it back. He's gonna go for 5 and 5. Adrius. He is doing the Adrius play. Sheesh. Dang, he got me. Well, that's it, man. This is why I hate Thunder Dragon. I'll let him get it. I'm not gonna. Right, so it was Blue Eyes that blocked and then Thunder Dragon the second time. So what I'll do is if I hit it off stream, I will just do a compilation of those duels. But Blue Eyes and Thunder Dragon, man, I always have a problem with those two decks. I couldn't get to my Dragon's Mirror in time, unfortunately, so it is what it is. But let's rack up what we got today. I want to thank you for hanging out with me at the couch. This has been AgentR on the simulation. Thank you for your likes, the sharing it, the subscribing, all that good stuff. Make sure, again, you check out the Discord. We'll be hanging out there. We'll be talking some more of the stuff with potential ban list, doing some more theory crafting, just chilling, having a good time. Some more deck ideas coming through, of course, with the Gaia Origin, because I'm never sold on just one version of the deck. As you can see here, we still got to figure out a way to deal with Thunder Dragon. But until next time, love you all. Thank you so much for your support. This is your community. Now go prove your meta. I'm out.